So the always outspoken Brandon Marshall,
yes,
is playing with the New York Jets now, and
like
every
that
day,
beard he's got.
and every day, Brandon goes against Darrelle Revis in practice.
He does.
Brandon Marshall made a statement. You guys tell me if this is outrageous or not. Brandon Marshall says Darrelle Revis is the best cornerback in the history of the game.
Well, how long's Brandon been in the league? 10 years, close to 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much the whole history, right? No, Brandon is good at yapping, and Darrelle Revis is excellent. He's a Hall of Famer. He's probably one of the 10 best cornerbacks of all time.
Who's the best cornerback in the history of the game? And who's the best cornerback that you guys have watched?
Okay, but we had a guest on here, Chris Cooper, the other day.
Yeah,
former Bronco.
Said that he thought until Von Miller came along that Champ Bailey was the greatest athlete he ever played with or seen. Mm-hmm. So his history goes back. But Champ was here when Brandon was here.
Correct.
He was in his decline. So Brandon's history, even if it goes back 8 or 9 years, includes Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey, in his prime, was better than Revis now. Guess what? Louis Wright was better than both of them.
Louis Wright should be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Louis Wright was the best cornerback I ever saw. He just doesn't get the credit.
No, the problem is he played in Denver.
No.
And they never won.
Well, but here's the other problem. They never
threw it.
Not ever threw on his side. I would love for the Pro Focus people to go back and look at that. They'd see that there were no targets over on Louis Wright's side. They didn't throw to that side of the field. There was never any double teaming. There was nothing. Louis Wright's there. Louis Wright blocked back-to-back field goal. They called it back on a penalty. He blocked the next one. I mean, what a great athlete he was. Darrelle Revis does have an island named after him.
Best cornerback you've ever seen?
Herb Adderley. No, but that might be because I was 5. But no.
Oh, you were a personnel guy when you were 5.
How about I'll go?
And Deion Sanders.
That's my guy.
And the reason I was hemming and hawing is Deion never tackled anybody in his life.
But as far as cover,
yes,
nobody was ever
cover
better.
corner. Yes, I will give it to Deion.
Deion Sanders versus Louis Wright, better cover guy.
Well, see, yeah, Louis Wright.
Really?
Well, Deion was a great player, but there was a lot of sizzle, and there was a lot of
not enough steak.
Well, I mean, he returned punts, he returned kickoffs, he
played wide receiver.
He danced when he did interceptions.
He played baseball.
He intercepted. Mm-hmm. He was Deion. He was Neon Deion, prime time. Louis Wright was the quietest guy in the whole world, and I go back to it. The reason why he's not in the Hall of Fame, people who didn't see him play would go, well, he only had 14 interceptions in his career. Well, he only had like 12 balls thrown over on that side in his career. Louis Wright was, there were 2 guys coming out that year. John Ralston was the smartest guy. He was the smartest personnel guy I've ever seen, even though I hate him. He's a bad coach, bad general manager. But there was the guy came out of Ohio State, who was the All-American, and Louis Wright was a track guy out of San Jose State, and that other guy disappeared, and he was drafted high, and Louis Wright came to Denver. Yeah, Louis Wright's back, and you guys really didn't get to see him. Louis Wright.
Well,
was
I covered Louis for his last couple of years, but you couldn't shake Deion Sanders. No. Just couldn't shake him.
No, the first thing I came to Denver in 1983, and Louis Wright's an old football player then, and I was like, oh my goodness, what must have Louis Wright been when he was 28?
He was great. He was great old.
That segment sponsored by Shanahan Steakhouse. Shanahan Steakhouse has been selected by the public and by us as the best restaurant in Denver. Open Tables 2015 Diner's Choice winner. Book a reservation today. Go to Shanahan Steakhouse. If you've got something to celebrate, go there. ShanahanSteakhouse.com.